First certificate, writing paper, part 1. In your English class, you have been talking about holidays at home versus holidays abroad. Now, your English teacher has asked you to write an essay. Write an essay using all the notes and give reasons for your points of view. What is more enjoyable, going on holidays at home or abroad? Notes. Write about 1. Transport, 2. Culture differences, 3. Your own idea. Okay, so how do we go about writing an essay like this? Well, we can make use of an outline. An outline should have 3 parts: the introduction, the main body, and the conclusion. In each part, we have to write a summary of what we're going to put in each paragraph. Let's look at an example. Okay, so in the introduction part, I put asterisk holidays can be affected by many things. That would represent 1 paragraph. In the main body, asterisk easier to move at home. Another paragraph. Okay, another paragraph, the third one, easier to communicate at home, but you learn more abroad. The 4th paragraph, great changes possible if you go abroad. The last one, no clear answer. Okay, so here, rather ungrammatically, I have summarized the paragraphs. This outline is to be seen by me, and the examiner shouldn't mark it. Okay, here we have a typical 5-paragraph structure that is employed in the first certificate, and I recommend you basically always use. Okay, so now that we know what we're going to talk about, we can start to write. Let's read it. Holidays are times we can all enjoy. What we find enjoyable in our holidays can be affected by many factors. Do you prefer staying at home or going abroad? Firstly, transport may be easier if you holiday at home, as in general, there does not seem to be a great variance in the different bus routes inside a country, and because you can always use your own car. This could well make spending your days off more enjoyable in your own country. Secondly, unless you go to a country whose language you can speak, communicating in another language may seem a hard task. However, some may view this fact as a positive, because it may give them a chance to practice or even perfect their language skills. Thirdly, when going abroad in general, you have many things that differ from your everyday life, namely the weather, the landscape, the nightlife, and the food, amongst others. If you love change, you may well want to step on that plane. I believe that there is no clear answer to what type of holiday would satisfy everyone. Each personality type would prefer a different sort. Okay, so here we have the essay. I believe it would get full marks. It would get 20 out of 20. But how does the examiner mark this? Well, he looks at 4 criteria. Let's look at the criteria. We have the content, communicative achievement, the organization, and the language. The content refers to the fact if you're answering a question or not. Communicative achievement refers to the fact that you respected the format, the register, and that you explained your ideas clearly. The organization refers to things like paragraphs, to linkers, to cohesive, I haven't put it here, but to cohesive devices. So, for example, in one sentence, you may be talking about one concept, and you make a reference to it in the next sentence, but maybe using a different word, a pronoun, for instance. Language, so grammar, vocabulary, okay? In general, you'll be given points for using sophisticated words or sophisticated structures. So let's look at part 2, an article. Your teacher has asked you to write an article on the most interesting book you have ever read. Write an article on this topic. So we have the outline again, the introduction, the main body, and the conclusion. 5 paragraphs. Okay, explanation of power of now choice. Main topics, main body, impact in media, could change your life. Notice that I have written this outline for myself, and I know what it means. You probably don't understand what it all means. For example, in the 3rd paragraph, it says pain body. I understand that, but you may not be able to understand that, okay? The examiner does not mark this part. Okay, so now that I have the outline there, I can start to write my article. Awakening with Eckhart Tolle. Tolle's book, The Power of Now, has become one of the most famous and widely sold books on the planet. Why do people find it so interesting? To begin with, he does not try to sell you products. He insists that true happiness is found inside. He states that humans have become addicted to their thoughts and that this leads to sadness. He has a concept of the pain body, which he views as a creature inside us that wants to feel pain and unhappiness. Through the book, he tries to dissolve this being through awareness. The author has been on TV shows such as Oprah and has been a guest on many people's YouTube channels. He has also influenced an incredible amount of people who constantly rave about his book on other social media platforms. The Power of Now has the capacity to completely change your life for the good, and many consider it obligatory reading for people of all ages. So we can see if we have followed the guidelines. Okay, content. Have we answered the question? We have. We have spoken about an interesting book. Okay, the next one. Communicative achievement. Have we respected the register? We have. Okay, the format is suitable for this. We have the title, 5 paragraphs, perfect. Organization. Well, we've used punctuation here. We've used linking expressions. Example, to begin with. We have used cohesive devices. For example, I used it in the second sentence. Why do people find it so interesting? It referring to the book, to the Power of Now. Okay, so things like this give us points. Finally, grammar. Okay, so we have good uses of grammar. Have become addicted, for instance, present perfect. More tries to dissolve. Okay, we try to. Yeah, we have also used advanced vocabulary. For example, I have used awareness. Okay, I have used the verb rave. Okay, so we should get 20 out of 20. In fact, this language is at the level almost of a C1. Okay, so if you do it like this, you will surely get 100%.